Welcome back. I'm Simon Turner and I'm the campaign manager for Driving for Better Business.
I'm Peter Golding, the founder and managing director of FleetCheck.
In this video, we're going to look at getting back to normal, or whatever normal is going to look like. The government at the moment is quite rightly focusing all its efforts on getting us back to work, but that presents challenges for all of us in their own right. So not least of which is going to be, how do we reinstate vehicles that have been mothballed? What sort of challenges are fleet operators going to face there, Peter?
That's a very good question, and something which every company needs to consider. A vehicle being left for just a week or two, sometimes maybe you've been on holiday, you may find things like the battery may have gone flat, or other areas may come through. This is going to be significantly a greater challenge. If the vehicles, as I mentioned on the previous video, the vehicles have been moved and perhaps started during the period of time, they've been laid up, then perhaps it'll be less of a concern. But certainly a prerequisite is every vehicle should have their tyre pressures rechecked before they're on the road. It should be something that's done regularly anyway. And even something that perhaps you wouldn't think about: open the bonnets, check your levels, but then check for rodent damage. It's quite common when vehicles have been stood up and not used at all that they can make nests in places, chew through wires and other areas. So from the vehicle side, it's get prepared, get ready, get organised. And I think also we need to be thinking about from the drivers as well, Simon, don't we, the furlough drivers?
Yes, that's right, Peter. And I think there's going to be an element of back to school at the end of all of this, where we're all used to driving much less, maybe occasional journeys in the family car. So when we go back to work, you'll have furloughed van drivers coming back, where there'll be an element of vehicle unfamiliarity because they won't be used to the size of the vehicle or the visibility restrictions. Car drivers equally will be coming back onto roads where the levels of traffic are much higher than we're used to. Although I think we will be doing less unnecessary journeys, as I think the technology like we're using now, that's all going to be here to stay. So I think car fleet managers will find there's possibly some less vehicle miles on the car fleet to deal with. But whether you've been an essential driver, an operational or not over the period of disruption, there's a lot of instances where fleets haven't been able to keep their maintenance schedules up to scratch. There's obviously trouble with maintaining MOTs and that kind of thing. So what sort of challenges are fleets going to face in that respect?
I mean, it's a very good point. I mean, there's going to be a logistical challenge when we're starting to look at the proper return to work. I mean, secondly, obviously the practicalities of making sure the vehicles are ready to get on the road. But these vehicles may well, in most cases, will have had extensions to their MOTs. So you've got vehicles without MOTs. You've got vehicles that will be overdue servicing. Even if you haven't used them, bearing in mind these vehicles need to be maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's intervals, albeit suspended perhaps during the period of time. But so you need to get them in for maintenance. You need to get them in for MOTs. And the garages will be backed up. So my advice is look to phase in your introductions. Try, if you can, to preempt when you want to get back to work and try and pre-book in the vehicles to reduce the vehicle off the road time, and to get prepared really, to try, if we can, to hopefully get back to normality, which is, I think, what we're all looking forward to return to. We hope you found these videos of value. As I mentioned at the beginning, and Simon has, we felt it was poignant to try and get something out in circulation reasonably fast. And as you can tell, we've obviously recorded these in our homes, as you all are operating at the moment. So from my side, obviously, we're pleased to have helped, and clearly our close collaboration with FleetCheck, with Driving for Better Business, and anything we can do going forward in the future, we're looking to support every one of you if we can. So I'll leave it for you, Simon, to close off this particular series of videos.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. And we've given you hopefully a very useful overview of some of the key issues that you're going to face over the next few months. But we also recognise that isn't enough. It's enough to get us started, but what we want to do over the coming weeks and months is to give you some more in-depth information into some of the really critical challenges, such as go into some much more detail about the challenges of reinstating a mothballed fleet to ensure that we're all putting roadworthy vehicles back onto the roads. If you're watching this video on YouTube, I suggest you go over to either the FleetCheck website or the drivingforBetterBusiness.com website. Once you're on the landing pages on either of those sites, you'll find a number of additional links which will take you to specific resources, including the exact guidance that's been given by the DVSA and the HSE and the traffic commissioners, which you may find useful. And also, that's an opportunity for you to enter your email address so that you can receive alerts to when we release additional videos with that extra guidance on. So I'd echo Peter and say I hope you found them really informative and useful, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.